I need about 7 minutes to 8 minutes to explain something very briefly, but also we'll take at least that long to explain it a little bit. But the reason why, yet again, I have these weird impressions and influences and feelings towards continuity nostalgia. So, in other words, why do I feel like I don't actually possess any continuity nostalgia in my own life as I'm now literally 27? No, it's like, also, by the way, happy birthday to me. I'll explain another video again. But why do I feel like even as a 27-year-old now, I never experienced continuity nostalgia? And it's like, I'm going to use, for the most part, Stargate to illustrate this example, as well as just teleportation devices in some video games in anime, and maybe even just reference anime for one more reference, because anime is, my opinion, many people's guise for unfairness and disgust and horror. And it's like, but don't most people in real life think life is unfair anyways? Another discussion for another day. But or it even could be this video. But don't most people think that life is unfair anyways? Not just in fiction, but in real life as well. Inspired or not, different immersion or not. But yeah, as for Stargate, it's like Stargate. The idea is that the gate can only teleport between two different vessels as long as both of them are already open. At minimum, both of all those gates ever have to be open. In video games, you see this with the vessels for teleportation, and you have to open at least both of them, which is already maximum, in order to teleport. And I make this illusion, allegory thing, whatever, metaphor thing, because in continuity nostalgia, the idea is that you're already done to death. It's obvious, taken for granted, given that a memory already existed. So when you reference to it with the continuity in nostalgia, you already had that memory. So you're using it in a different light, maybe understanding it better from the last time you were there, as understandably in another immutable way. The spiral staircase of life means that you can go to the same spot over time again. You can still be a different person or even a different level of your frequency in life. So, in other words, if you repeat the same experience in life over a course of time again, it can still be a different thing anyways, a different experience, if you will, or vibration otherwise. The reason that continuity nostalgia, yet again, drives me crazy in this regard, even as I'm 27 now, it's very strange. It's just I never felt when I say things like I don't remember being born or I don't remember having those memories, even if I'm denying them anyways, could be vault throwing, could be like not having to know when they occurred or what they really meant to me the first time. Because this, by the way, connects to things like where I talked about how I don't know how to see that there was a regret mistake in my life. So, how bitter do you have to be and contemptuous to not know if you had mistakes and regrets? If you even knew what happened the first time, transparent or not. Because I share myself too much for being not as transparent, which is not necessarily true anyways. It's like it's not true that I haven't been as transparent in my life or an active participant. So then why would I feel like I don't know how to explain to myself, or anyone else for that matter, that I don't know what would have happened if I had done something to change that situation. Reaction speeds, you name it. But so a lot to swallow, I guess. The idea that I don't know how to explain to myself if I knew in the moment that I was alive, ages 0 to 27, 1997 to 2024, that I've been alive and I've been actively conscious at least since age 7 to forward. So that's 20 years to already figure that out since then. And not just 27. But many people think they know who I am, and I don't blame them. Many people think it's obvious I'm an artist, which I never knew for even this long that I was an artist. So you name it, You telling me I'm an artist, it's obvious you're an artist, Tony. I don't know that. I don't know that I'm an artist. I still don't to this day. But it's like so tell me it's obvious I'm popular. I didn't realize I was popular, and I still realized it over time. But it was a little weird. That's that way. Tell me that I seem like a hard worker. I didn't know that. I wanted to believe it, but I didn't know that. Tell me that I'm smart. I didn't realize I was smart. Do you see where this continuity nostalgia gets really annoying? It's like I don't know how to have these as past repetitive two or more times memories of things. How that would come across. It's like it is very frustrating to deal with the idea of not knowing what true repetition is. If I've been annoying before, I didn't know it. Whether it was done to death or non-existent or vice versa, or those vice versas. That's how frustrating it gets. When I say I don't have those memories, I'm either obviously lying to myself in a way that I already know I'm denying, but it could be a statistician way of doing it. That'd be dark as hell. A statistician style fashion design way of being a self liar. psychologically and passion-wise. Because even a passion for doxing exploitation wouldn't even be that bad, and that's already bad in itself. I shouldn't be too disingenuous about how I exploited people's privacy and boundaries as a passion. That shouldn't be a good thing, anyways. But just to each their own how controversial that is. I'll explain that later if another video again. But because meow culture and mind our business culture in itself can be really bullshit in itself. But it's another thing I can talk about later, where meow culture is really weird, and my doxing passion was weird, but I didn't mean to be a bad person with it, even if it was never necessarily possible to do. But yeah, one more time, continuity nostalgia. I keep making videos about this. I don't blame myself. It's like, why would I not know how to be comfortable in my own skin when I compromise both the fun and the workaholicism of those things, when I don't even know how to make it look like it lasts, if it already did? Because I've done a lot of clever things from my life. It's like, it hasn't been the case that I didn't make it work, because I clearly made things successful and happy the way they were. But to not really know how to bask in those feelings the way I could have really brings into perspective how I feel about things like continuity nostalgia. It's not that I don't have any obviously simply put deeper meanings for the past and even deeper longings of the past, which is more direct to what nostalgia really means, is a deep longing for the past and passion for it. Not so much being stuck in the past, but there's a disingenuous way to see even being stuck in the past for people who look backwards. Because not all people who look backwards are trying to be stuck there. It's a bit of a... If you're a historian, you would already know, but even some historians don't know that, so it's weird. But, because looking back can either be good or bad. Same as with inaction, because inaction can be either good or bad, depending on the situation, or even the approach, attitude, and application, all that stuff. So, one more minute. It's obvious that things have happened in my life at least once or twice or more than twice. So there are times where they've been spiral circles and stairwells that they have actually happened. But the trauma that comes with things like continuity nostalgia, I'm not afraid of things happening over and over again. I'm not afraid of things changing all the time. I don't know why people think I'm like surprises and change. I do. I actually have a particular passion, in fact, for surprises and change. So whoever doesn't believe that right now about me, family and friends included, I don't know why you're like that. Well, of all things, you would not believe me about things I say about myself, whether I'm telling myself the truth or not. But if you don't even believe things I tell you about why I like or don't like, what's the point? I mean, if I'm lying to myself then, you would know it would be different. But there are people who think they know me, and I tell them who I am, and that they don't believe me. So it's like, that's the last thing I want to put in this video, is that's food for thought for real. It's like, not even in a disingenuous, crooked, evil sense, but really think about that. Like, if you wouldn't even believe me what I say about myself, or what I love to do, why believe yourself what you say about me?